Hey guys, it's Rachel, and today we are making this 12-layer rainbow cake. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am so excited to be uploading this video because when I sliced it open, I was like, alright, this is one of my favorite things I've made on my channel now. I mean, just look at this. Wow, happiness in a cake. If a cake wasn't happiness already. This is so cool, you guys, and it's kind of inspired by this kind of like layered trend that's happening now. I don't know if it's really a trend, but I have seen 100 layers of nail polish, 100 layers of foundation, and all those kinds of things, and I thought, why let the beauty gurus have all the fun when we can make a 12-layer cake? And I know 12 does not sound like a big number, but when it comes to cake, you guys, I mean, this is a big cake right here. So anyways though, we're gonna make this 12-layer rainbow cake right now. Let's get started. First off, in a large bowl, you'll want 1 box of cake mix. Today we're using cake mix because ain't nobody got time to make this from scratch, but don't worry, we're gonna spruce it up with some extra ingredients. First off, add 1 more egg than the package says. This is gonna make our cake a little bit richer and denser, and overall just taste better in the end. I'm also gonna add in a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 1/4 cups of water. We're also gonna add in 1 package of vanilla pudding mix. This again is gonna make our cake richer and denser, and it's gonna hold up to all those layers. Then I'm gonna mix this for about 2 minutes or so, just whip some air into it. Now I'm gonna scoop out about a 1/2 cup of batter into 3 separate bowls. And I also found that 1 box of cake mix makes 6 perfect layers with a little extra if you wanna lick the bowl. I also experimented with different amounts of batter, and I found that technically a 1/2 cup and 2 tablespoons is the ideal amount, but you don't have to get too picky with it if you don't want to. For our first 3 colors, you're gonna need a bright red, along with a lighter red, which I guess that's pink, isn't it? Along with a light orange. And for the full list of colors you're gonna need, check out my website and I'll have the recipe on there, also linked in the description box below. Then we're just gonna pour this into an 8-inch cake tin. And I just sprayed the cake tin with cooking spray, then I lined it with parchment paper and then sprayed it one last time kind of lightly with cooking spray, and all the layers just popped right out. Then you can see I just tilted the pan to get it into all the corners, or I guess it's a circle so there are no corners, to get it into all of the edges. And I didn't show this for the first layer, but you also want to tap down your pans to make sure you don't have any air bubbles. Repeat for all of your colors, and then you're just going to bake these off at 350, and I found that 12 minutes is the perfect amount of time. Once they come out of the oven, they should look something like this. And then just flip them out onto your cooling rack. It's almost like you're making a crepe cake, except these layers are a lot fluffier, so it's really nice because you can kind of like sink your fork into it. So I'm just gonna flip out my other cakes too. And then I hope your oven is ready for a cake marathon because you're gonna be making a lot more layers. It surprisingly doesn't feel like a lot of work because none of the steps are particularly hard. There's just a few steps to it. Once you've baked off all of your cakes, go ahead and let them cool completely. Then to start assembly, I'm gonna smother some frosting onto my rotating cake stand. Then I'm gonna place down my first layer. We're starting off with the bright pink. And then I'm gonna take an ice cream scoop and scoop out some frosting. And then just spread this out. As you can see, the rotating cake stand definitely comes in handy, just makes cake decorating a lot easier and more fun too. And I really like using that ice cream scoop because it just ensures that you have nice even layers of frosting. And by the way, if you find that your layers aren't perfectly even, I wouldn't bother leveling them. They're probably just gonna break apart and make you kind of sad, so I would just stack them strategically so you get a nice even layer in the end. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep stacking those layers. Looks kind of like a big stack of pancakes. Oh, and by the way, if the sides are starting to look a little bit sloppy, kind of like mine are, don't even worry about it. We're gonna smooth it out in just a little bit. Alright, that is your big rainbow stack of pancakes, all finished. Just kidding, we're gonna do the crumb coat now. This is just a really thin layer of frosting to lock in any crumbs and just smooth out the sides. Once all those crumbs are tucked away, clear a nice big space in your refrigerator and pop this in the fridge for about 10 minutes or so, just so the crumb coat can set. Then I'm gonna take a stiffer buttercream frosting and just frost up the sides. Feel free to lay on the frosting pretty thick here. We're gonna scrape some of it off in just a little bit, and you also don't want any of that rainbow peeking through. No spoiler alerts here. Then to get those sides nice and even, I'm gonna take my cake scraper and just level off those sides. And then if you scrape off too much frosting, don't even worry about it, just add on more. And since nobody wants a plain white cake, we're gonna add on some rainbow sprinkles. And then for the big reveal, hold your breath and go ahead and cut through your cake. And I don't know if you can tell, but I had to put this clip in double time speed just because there's so many layers to cut through. And then here you can see our beautiful rainbow slice. Oh my goodness, you could just frame this thing and call it art. Alright guys, our 12-layer rainbow cake is finished now, and this looks so beautiful, you guys. This would be awesome for a party, and you can totally just be like, oh yeah, I just made, you know, regular vanilla cake, no big deal. And then you let your guests cut into it, and then you're like, oh yeah, but it's also 12 layers and rainbow colored. Anyways though, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe right up there if you haven't already. I got lots of cute recipes coming up very soon, and also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at kawaiisweetwearld, and then also check out my website at kawaiisweetworld.com. And that's all the social media plugging I have to do. Hope you guys are having a great summer, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye guys!